Hey, good morning. How are you? Good morning. How are you?
Good. I'm definitely good. I knew you two in person.
All right, we ready? Is James here? Where's James? James. Get over here.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, we are all pretty excited this morning. Today is a great day because we have really, really good news to share with our community. First, I want to recognize our council members who are with us. Councilmember James Brown is here. Councilmember Liz Sheehan is here. Are there any other council members? All right. Well, we are always happy to have our council members with us. And as you know, the American Rescue Plan Act, also known as ARPA, brought $120 million of federal funding to Lexington. The funds have been used across our city for many projects and programs. And today, we announce the $6.4 million allocation of ARPA funds to one-time capital grants for nonprofits. Yes, big deal. We've never done this before. This is a great thing. These grants will support 45 nonprofit projects, 45, and representatives of several of the 23 agencies that operate these projects are with us today. They each applied to tell us what their project was going to be. If you're with a nonprofit who's receiving one of these grants, will you kind of just give us a wave or a shout? Look, that's great. Very good. Awesome. So nonprofits provide very important services in our community, providing basics like food and shelter, working on youth violence prevention. Nonprofits provide help upstream before people fall into trouble later in life, supporting those whose safety is threatened by domestic violence, a growing concern in our community, helping those with disabilities, and much, much more. Although we have traditionally provided support for these agencies, it is usually for operating costs. It's never been for capital. These organizations often find that grants they qualify for cannot be used for capital expenses. You may ask exactly what do these capital grants help fund? Well, here are some examples. Improved roofing, electrical, plumbing, and other interior repairs for Arbor Youth Services. Renovation of classrooms for Home Builders Association Education Foundation. Passenger vans for Bluegrass Care Navigators, God's Pantry, Movable Feast, Children's Advocacy Center, and the Refuge Clinic. IT infrastructure for Legal Aid of the Bluegrass. A new generator for Greenhouse 17. A new security system for the Hope Center. And much, much more. This is very exciting for our community to be able to do this, and I am thrilled with the new and expanded resources nonprofits will have because of these grants. Now, like everything else we do here in government, it took a team to get where we are today. Many of those who helped with the review and selection process are here with us today, and I want to thank them for spending so much time and energy to make sure we had a thoughtful, thorough process for selecting these 45 projects. If you were part of that team in any way, will you give us a hand? There they are. Thank you. Thank you. They spent many hours reviewing these project applications. I also want to thank our council members for supporting this team and recommending funding. Now, I want to ask our Commissioner of Social Services, Casey Allen Bryant, to come to the podium to say a few words. Casey was involved in development and execution of this capital funds program, and she had oversight and all the daily wear and tear of it. And so I'll invite her to the podium. Casey?
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, everyone. To our mayor, our council, our nonprofit agencies, and my fellow LFUCG team members. I am beyond overjoyed to be here today for the announcement of the Nonprofit Capital Project Grants Programs Awards. To get to this day where we are able to say to 23 agencies that we will 100% fund these projects, I'm just overwhelmed. I think about what the mayor just alluded to when she talked about team effort. The team effort across the various levels and departments in government that was needed to take just a simple idea and bring it to fruition. This time spent on the careful development of the RFP guidelines, the hours devoted to the meticulous review and overview of the 138 proposals submitted, and the many emails, phone calls, and meetings. To all those involved, as the mayor said, but I want to as well say, gracias, asante sana, merci, thank you. And to the nonprofit agencies, to see you here today, to know these funded projects will be transformative for you, the work was truly worth it. As Commissioner of Social Services, it is my duty to uphold the department's mission of providing and supporting the system of human services in Lexington, Fayette County. This system includes you, our dear partners, who tirelessly supply the most vulnerable populations with much needed assistance. Our reach as a department can only go so far. However, through our partnerships and programs like this one and the Extended Resource Grants Program, we, LFUCG, and nonprofit organizations together can make true impacts and address the damage that COVID-19 and the recent inflation has had on our community. These capital projects will make it possible for agencies to have, for example, expanded spaces, vans that actually work, state-of-the-art kitchens to serve meals, projects that possibly have been put off for years so that every precious dollar donated or every dollar hard-won through grant applications can be spent towards programming. Or maybe they are capital expenditures that were considered pipe dreams because, we can't spend money on that. We have to save for a rainy day. We recognize the importance of investing in that new building or those updated computer systems. All of these projects will increase the quality, efficiency, and effectiveness of your services, and therefore will benefit our great Lexington Fayette County community. Thank you.
Commissioner Allen Bryant is a gem. I also noticed we have Commissioner Chris Ford. Where did you go, Chris? So Chris is my Commissioner of General Services, but he preceded Casey as Commissioner of Social Services. So we appreciate you being here. Are any of the other commissioners with us? Who's back there? Well, okay, Commissioner of Finance, very important. Aaron Hensley is here. We have the most awesome team here, and thank you all for being here. The nonprofits selected to receive these grants have demonstrated a need for assistance and will be providing services to low-income, underserved, or marginalized Fayette County residents. With capital grants ranging from $1,500 to $500,000, there is a range of projects that will be accomplished. To give you examples of how capital grants will help their agencies, I'd like to welcome a couple people to the podium. First, I want to welcome Deb Nickel. She is the Director of Grant Services for Natalie's Sisters, and I want Deb to tell you just a little bit about her organization and how this grant will help her. Deb?
1,600 square feet. That's all it is. You probably wouldn't even notice it among all the other little duplexes in town, but for two women who have been sexually exploited and sexually trafficked, for two women who are homeless, for two women who are among the most vulnerable residents of our community, it will be everything. It's tough to find a job when you don't have an address. It's really hard to make good choices when you don't even know where you're going to sleep tonight. It's impossible to have hope for tomorrow when even your next meal is an uncertainty. But for two women, hope is on the way, and it's in the form of a little duplex. Or should I say a home? A place to sleep, a place to be safe, a place to cook your meals, a home with an address they can put on job applications and medical records. Natalie's Sisters is a first-touch outreach to sexually exploited and sex-trafficked women. And on behalf of not only the two women who are going to be the first tenants of the duplex that this grant will purchase, but also on behalf of the 400-plus women that we reach every year, we want to say thank you to this community for its generosity and for its compassion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Deb, for your remarks, and thank you for all that Natalie's Sisters is doing in our community. Next, I'd like to welcome Terry Mullins, Executive Director of Movable Feast, to the podium, and he will tell us how he's going to use this money. Welcome.
First of all, I want to thank the City of Lexington and all you people that helped do this, and Mayor Gordon. Can't believe you've helped Movable Feast in this way. Movable Feast, if you don't know who we are, we prepare and deliver a hot meal 5 days a week to people here in Fayette County with AIDS or on hospice care for any reason. We also deliver to the caregiver and independent children in the home. We've been doing this for 24 years. And in that 24 years, we've delivered just shy of 700,000 meals, 697 to be exact. And 13 years ago, we bought an old restaurant here in Lexington in downtown over on 5th and Silver Maple. And with the meager budget that nonprofits have, we renovated it to the best we could to be able to serve our clients. This money will help us take that so much farther than what our meager money was able to do when we started. We'll get new electricity so that we're not blowing circuit breakers when we can't run the microwave and the mixer at the same time. We'll get new storage space to expand capacity so we can better take care of or take in more donations and take advantage of food sales from our suppliers that we wouldn't have room to store before. We'll have new flooring, which will make the health department happy. We always get a mark off on certain things. And new shelving that's not rusted and falling apart. These are all very important. With the expanded capacity, who knows, maybe in a few years, we could even expand our client base to serve other people other than just AIDS and hospice care. And again, thank you for all you've done.
Thank you so much, Terry. I know a lot about your work, and you do great work in our community. So, you know, this is the first time we're doing this, so we're going to see how all this goes, and maybe we'll see this again in our future. I'm very hopeful. It's an exciting day, as we've all said, and these capital grants are going to create such positive change for these nonprofits and help them do projects that they weren't able to do before. And this is all about our community and the people in our community. So thank you again for being with us. All right.